Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chelsea Story Nook Podcast, a podcast where we dive deep into the enchanting world of the children's literature. I'm your host, Chelsea Chong Kim, and today we have a wonderful guest joining us to share their journey and insight into their latest book. I'm delighted to welcome our children's book author, Jean Johnson, the author of the Rynnie Roo's Adventures series, to Chelsea Story Nook Podcast. Welcome to the podcast, Jean.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. Thank you so much for having me. I am so delighted to be here. Thank you.
I'm super excited, guys. You have no idea. I'm a huge fan of Jean Johnson. You guys have to check out her 90-second series interviews. Oh my gosh, I was part of it. I'm so lucky and honored to be in it. It's amazing. You guys go have to check it out on Instagram. So before we start, Jean, I want you to introduce to our listeners who you are. Give a little introduction of yourself.
Okay, perfect. My name is Jean Johnson, and I am the author and digital illustrator of Rynnie Roo's Adventures. Rynnie Roo is a kangaroo, and she goes on adventures, and she invites her little friend, who is a parakeet. His name is Tater, and he takes you on adventures, invites you to come learn new things, and our theme is dinosaurs.
Okay, excellent. And let's talk about your book. You can talk about all your books. You can pick one of two. She has so many books, guys. It was so hard to choose anyways. Talk about your book. Give us a little brief introduction, main character themes, and all of that.
So I decided with my books that I wanted them to be so that all kids could be able to pick them up, no matter young or old, that you could pick them up and take them and read them and enjoy them. So I'm going to start with the Yucatan book. So the Yucatan book talks about the Yucatan, and the Yucatan is located in Mexico. Now, the Yucatan is where I was raised as a kid. Mm-hmm. And as you can imagine, being raised in the Yucatan is very different than being raised here. I had all kinds of animals. We went on all kinds of excursions in the jungle. I got to see all kinds of animals we had as pets. Pumas and jaguars and toucans and all kinds of just wild creatures. My dad was, I don't know if any of your listeners can remember, but my dad was the original Crocodile Dundee. He was kind of that guy. He had a really close relationship with animals and loved them. And so that kind of poured over to his kids. We all love animals because of that. And in my books, I make sure that I integrate lots of facts about animals to kind of stir that interest in kids. And then, of course, the dinosaur aspect is because I love dinosaurs. I've always loved dinosaurs. I've always been interested in dinosaurs. And, you know, what kid doesn't like dinosaurs? So my books have a little bit of everything. In the Yucatan book, I also share a couple of phrases in Mayan, so that the readers can learn another language. I thought that would be really fun, and all of my books are available in Spanish.
Wow, awesome. That is really great. Can you walk us through how you became an author and what experience influenced your journey, Jean?
Well, that is kind of a different story from everybody else's that I've heard. I really had not planned on doing anything of the sort. I had a granddaughter that was born in 2021, and she just really got me and my husband to thinking. And one night we were talking, and I said, you know, I'm kind of sad that she'll never know the memories. You know, if I could take my memories and put them in her head, that would be so cool. And my husband said, well, you know, why don't you write a book? And you could have a character, and her name could be Rynnie Roo, and she could be a little kangaroo, and she could bounce around. And he just kind of went off, and I went, oh, that's perfect. And within 24 hours, I had written the first book, which is Rynnie Roo's Adventures, Dinosaur Valley.
So cute. Oh my goodness. I mean, if you could offer any advice to our young readers who are pursuing the same path as you, maybe they want to become an author one day, or even adults right now, if you guys are listening, if you want to become a children's book author yourself, do you have any advice for them, Jean?
Oh, for sure. And it's just do it. You know, I mean,
yes.
We have so much knowledge at our fingertips through computers. And let me tell you what, YouTube is your best friend. If you're getting started on this, you want to find some stuff, you want some walkthrough videos, start with YouTube. A lot of successful authors, that's where they started. And so I would recommend, if you want to do it, do it. If you want to get in it, go do some research, get on it. You can do this. It's nothing hard. It's nothing different than what anybody else is out there doing. You know, we
Exactly.
see these, you know, like traditional publishing, they have a lot of people doing a lot of different things, but that doesn't mean that you can't do them too. We have
Yes.
authors out here that are wearing, you know, 50 different hats. And the thing is,
Mm,
just don't get overwhelmed with it. Take your time. Take your time and learn your craft. If this is something that you're wanting to do long term, then don't look at it as being, oh, I got to do this, but like, ooh, I get to do this. It's a
yes.
mindset. You have to totally change your stinking thinking to positivity. You know,
Exactly.
and so that's my biggest thing is just keep a positive attitude. You can do this. It is possible. You don't have to, you know, be afraid of the unknown. You can
Mm,
literally go out there and turn on your TV or your computer or whatever and Google search or get on the YouTube and find whatever it is you're looking for, and you can do this.
and like yourself, you wrote so many books. What kept you keep motivating, keep writing the series of books? What motivated you? Because you know, some people are afraid to even start with one book and they're afraid of what people might say about this book. But you keep on making these beautiful, colorful Rynnie Roo's adventure books. And like, what made you keep motivated?
So Rynnie Roo is a character based off of my granddaughter, and Tater Tot is a character based off my grandson. And they are the motivation to keep going. So I want to do all 50 states. I want my books to do all 50 states. And I want these books for like little, and they're for little kids, you know, they're for
Yes,
like, you know,
yes.
I think my granddaughter started really liking them when she was like 1.5 because of the colors. The colors is what got her into the books.
Got it.
And my grandson, he already likes them. He's only 10 months old. So I think it just depends on the kid. But the colors, I did them that way specifically because I wanted little kids to see the bright colors and be, you know, get their little imagination
Yes.
juices going. And
Oh,
so, you know, colorful books inspire me. And so that's what I wanted to give my readers.
mm.
Now, the motivation to do it is based off of my grandkids. But as far as I don't, which sounds so crazy to me, but I don't really look at it. If somebody's going to criticize me or they don't like it, it doesn't bother me. I don't know if that,
Wow, that's
I'm kind of
great.
like Teflon when it comes to that. I'm not trying to impress the adults. I want the kids
Yes.
to enjoy it. And the kids
Mm,
that have seen the book, immediately the feedback is, oh, Miss Johnson. And they have so many questions. And I want to be a Panther.
cute.
And I want to do this. And I want to do
No way.
dinosaurs. And have you ever seen a dinosaur egg? And,
Oh
you
my,
know, all these little
that's so
kids with all this
cute.
different, just it gets them engaged. And so that's the part that excites me. So when an adult comes and says, oh, I didn't, and I've had some criticism, you know, people, I don't understand, you know, why she, you know, did it this, because they don't understand it's a series. So
Mm.
they're like, well, it's just come out of nowhere, this character. Well, that's fine. It doesn't bother me because I'm not trying to impress you. I want your kid to see it and love it and want to read it, because the more kids we have reading, the better
Mm.
for all of us, because
Yes.
then that means the next generation are just going to be that more excited about education and about learning. And it's a whole, I mean, we have to do this all together anyway, right? So why not
Mm-hmm.
make
Mm-hmm. Wow. So you guys, if you want her to write all 50 states, if you guys want her to cover all 50 states in her book, you have to support her, guys. Go follow her, do everything you can, give her a little cute message and encouragement. Say, I want this state, I want that state. So she could keep making it, guys. Don't let
fun?
her retire being a children's book author. We need
Yes.
Jean Johnson in our life. That is incredible journey, Jean. As we end our podcast, could you let us in any upcoming events or future projects that you're looking
Yes.
forward to?
So I am quite excited. I have 3 books that are coming out. I have Alabama, Minnesota, and the Zona Maya.
Well, she's already starting, guys. She's almost covered. You
And
have a
what
few
she's
more states to go. Just kidding.
so I want to invite your listeners. Hey guys, if you have a state you want me to cover, put it in the comments. Put it in the
Yeah.
comments, because that's where I get my ideas. I ask the audience, hey, what book, what state do you want me to write about next? And that's the state that I pick.
Well, I have several requests. I am gonna DM you of several
Yeah,
requests that I want
please.
you to write. So
Please
what is
do.
the best way our listeners could find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram, and it's Rynnie Roo's Adventures. You can also find me on Facebook. Again, it's Rynnie Roo's Adventures and author page. And I am pretty much everywhere. I'm also on Spotify, like you said, for the 90-second author interview that I do there. But I am very engaged with the audience and the people on Instagram and Facebook. I love chit-chatting, and I love when they comment and I can comment back.
That's great. That sounds all exciting for you. Thank you so much, Jean, for joining us and sharing your insight. It's truly been a pleasure having you on my podcast.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to come and share about my wonderful, exciting children's books. Thank you.
I'm so excited for you. And everyone else, thank you for tuning in to the episode of Chelsea Story Nook Podcast. Don't miss out Jean Johnson, the author of All the Adventures of Rynnie Roo's Adventure series. I'll include all the details in the description below, so be sure to check it out and follow Jean for her updates on her upcoming events. Until next time, keep reading, keep imagining, and keep believing in the miracle stories. I'm Chelsea Chong Kim signing off. Take care, everyone, and carry it on. Bye, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on today's episode of Chelsea Story Nook Podcast. Don't forget to order a copy of Carol the Carrot Bowls for the Salad Bowl on Amazon now. Tune in to other authors' podcast interviews for exciting discussions about their latest books and exclusive sneak peeks. Until next time, keep reading, keep imagining, and keep believing in the miracle of stories. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button. I'm Chelsea Kim signing off. Take care and carry it on.